describe just kind of the tone of the practices last week?
Yeah, they were really intense. Kalani sat us down in a team meeting and just said, hey, the number one goal, moving forward and really for the bowl game is to win the game. And so we really, the whole team was, kind of bought in. And a lot of times, you see guys who are like, oh, it's the bowl game, and we'll just kind of go through the motions, and we've got finals and this and that, and just kind of, are really lackadaisical about it. But Kalani was really adamant about, us knowing that this game was a game to win. It was a game to play for the seniors. And so, this last week was a work week for sure. I mean, we got after it. Wasn't as physical as we have been, but speed-wise, it was 100%. Mentally, it was 100%. We had to be locked in, and so I thought it was a good, productive week of practice.
Does this, obviously it's not months like you have in spring, but does it kind of feel a little bit like that where you have several weeks as you prepare for one opponent? Does it feel a little bit like preparing for the first game of the year?
Yeah, in some ways I think. We've got a lot of time. This last season, preseason, we had a lot of time to prepare for Utah, and so kind of the whole, scouting and the game plan was really focused on Utah. And so it's kind of the same. Last week was really focusing on us and what we needed to do better. This week, I'm sure, coaches have the game plan now, knowing who our opponent is, and moving forward, it'll be a lot just, prepping for Hawaii and for the bowl game. And so I like, having, several weeks. Sometimes I think, a week just goes by so fast, during the regular season. So having, a few weeks, I think, will be a benefit for us.
Do you care about playing Hawaii on their home field? Does that make any difference to you guys as players?
No, it doesn't. I think we were just excited to know who we were playing. We really don't care who it is. We were just excited to, be able to get another game for the seniors. And, regardless of where it's at, Hawaii, playing in Hawaii, we're excited to just play another game.
Did you have a hunch last week that it might be Hawaii, or were you surprised on Sunday?
No, I didn't really pay attention to a lot of the speculations on who it could be. Heard people saying SMU and Hawaii, UCF, but, glad it's Hawaii. Like playing against them. We played them the last few years now, and great team. I mean, this year I think they've really stepped it up, and quarterback's, returning starter, and played against them last year, and I'm just excited. I think it'll be a good game and good competition. That's really what I'm excited about.
In practice, was there any prep at all for Hawaii, like speculative, like we might play there?
No. It was really, just focusing on, what we needed to improve on from San Diego State. I think there was a lot of things that we could have done better, and things that we really need to be better at. And so last week was really focusing on ourselves and really cleaning up the little details within, our team.
That offense that they run, I guess we call it a run and shoot, although it's not really a run and shoot, but it's really unique.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you maybe watch a little bit of it on Saturday or something like that. What kind of stands out about it? What makes it so unique, I guess?
Yeah, I think, they have just a lot of solid players all around. They have a 1,000-yard receiver, and the next receivers are all pretty close and receiving yards, and their quarterback is great. I think the offense really starts with their quarterback. He's just got 3,600 yards passing this year, and he's a stud. He's really tall and lanky, and I think that he kind of gets the offense going. When he's on. I think last year we dominated them because I think we kind of understood that he is their role player, and so that's just how their offense is. It starts with the quarterback, and so hopefully we get after him this year and really just prevent him from being really good.
There's a balance there. You guys have done a lot of the rush 3, drop 8, try and make those windows small. But if you bring a lot of pressure, then Coach was saying that gets the ball out quick, but you need to make him uncomfortable. As a defense, how do you strike that balance between really getting after him to make him uncomfortable versus the risk of quick passes and that type of success?
Yeah, for us, we'll play whatever call Kalani or Tuiaki really wants us to play, and so on the field we're not really thinking as much like we just get the call and we know how we need to execute it, and so for the coaches, I think it's really wanting to utilize the players that we have, Max and Peyton really coming off the edge, but then also being able to drop them into coverage. So I think that they've been a huge asset to our defense. It's because they're playing on the line and they're playing defensive end and they can get after the quarterback and they're hybrid linebackers. I mean, they play linebackers and they also know how to drop in coverage. So I think that's a huge benefit for us. I think it was a good change. Kind of having them play those two roles, I think it allows us to get after the quarterback, but also drop eight. So it makes the coach's job a lot easier for sure.
Last couple questions.
So your dad played for Utah, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
What was the mood at the Kaufusi house Friday after that game?
Yeah, I mean, we growing up, I always, enjoyed going to Utah games and really the culture that I think Coach McBride has established there. Kalani's kind of established a similar culture. So my dad really loves that, but he, it was a bummer. We were rooting for Utah and obviously it didn't work out for them, but, it's kind of a win-win. You don't want them to win, but you do want them to win. And I mean, their program has come a long way, and it's fun to see them. Fun to see guys that I've grown up with who are on the roster. Got a cousin on the roster, and was cheering for him and hoping that he, could maybe have a potential, college playoff, chance to go just play in the playoff. But it's just the way it is. You win some and you lose some.
How excited are you to have a full week in play?
I'm really excited. Yeah, growing up, so my dad, when he was at the U, his my first bowl game that I went to was the Hawaii Bowl. It was the Hooters Bowl. So obviously it's changed now, but I get to take my wife and my son, to the Hawaii Bowl. So that's kind of cool. That was my first bowl, and now it's my son's first bowl. So that's fun.